Remastered.
Story about conflict. To set this scene, Eve, Poison Ivy, and Brigitte, and Benikage, and Mikado, and Rachael, and Kelly, and Dina are all in a room. Eve gets very uncomfortable with Dina and her obsession with Ellie. Eve calls Dina a stupid lesbian and notes that Eve is not a lesbian because she's an andros eros. Dina calls Eve a homophobe, which pisses off Benikage and Mikado, two ninjas who have strong morals against said bigotry from Dina. Kelly tells Dina and everybody else to shut up. And Brigitte tries to mediate the peace, only to be ignored.
I live to flee another day.
Poison Ivy ends up saying, "Encore, encore, ladies. Fight, 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 fight," said Poison Ivy. And Brigitte punches Poison Ivy in the face, telling her to knock her crap off, that she's trying to prevent the fighting. Dina tries to defend the fact that she got pregnant by a guy but had feelings for Ellie. And so far, Eve gets more and more and more enraged. And yet Eve says to Dina to shut the fuck up. So Dina takes it upon herself to point a gun at Eve. She points a pump-action rifle at Eve and tries to fire off a shot. Only for Eve to intercept and evade the pump action rifle blast from Dina. And Eve says to Dina, "Big mistake trying to shoot me, bitch. I've taken down Elder Natiba way better than you," said Eve. So Dina rethinks her strategy and says, "Oh shit, I fucked up trying to shoot you. You're so fast on your feet, it's crazy," said Dina. Rachel says to Eve, "Shut the fuck up, you humanoid android bitch, before I club you in the fucking head with a 2x4, said Rachel. Kelly says to Rachel, "Bitch, you attack her, I will beat the ever-loving shit out of you," said Kelly to Rachel. Poison Ivy eggs it on. Mikado punctures Dina's arm with a sword through her bicep, through the bone, and out the tricep, all the way through the upper half of Dina's left arm. Dina screams out in pain, "Ah!" And benikage ends up doing chaos snow and straight up stabs her elbow into the back of Rachael, as Rachael Amber screams, "Oof! Ah!" as the sharp, pointy part of benikage's elbow stabs her in the back hard, as she feels the sharp elbow attack happen into her back.
I thought the leader was here.
Then Eve gets so angry, she ends up attacking Poison Ivy. And Eve said to Poison Ivy, "You shut your fucking mouth, you green-skinned, green-eyed, red-haired bitch. You're just full of chaos, and I will eliminate you," said Eve to Poison Ivy. So Eve takes her fold-up, concealable hair tie sword from her ponytail and wields it, cutting into and attacking Poison Ivy, avoiding and evading Poison Ivy's vine attacks and pollen blasts, as Poison Ivy said about the sheer speed and skill of Eve. "Oh shit, you're way too fast. I can't get a shot in on you," said Poison Ivy. And as a result, Eve decapitates Poison Ivy by cutting off her head. Kelly ends up attacking Rachael by pummeling Rachael half to death. and Rachel just lies in a tiny puddle of her own blood that she spits up from having 5 missing teeth from her mouth and a thoroughly split lip and a puffy eye that has swollen shut and darkened like jet black. And as a result, Rachel ends up with a broken leg and a broken arm, and she limps away with at least 2 broken limbs and 3 broken ribs. And a hairline fractured jaw. Dina starts to cry and said, Why do I get attacked? And why do I get so much hatred for being a lesbian? Only if Ellie were here, she would have known what to do, said Dina. But Dina was still pregnant with her baby daddy's child. So Mikado takes her sword, plunges it into the chest of Dina, and Dina's child dies with her. Dina starts crying while she's on the, slowly dying, and said, Why me, world? What have I done to deserve to get stabbed in the chest by a ninja? Why? My poor baby's gonna die with me, said Dina in tears while lying on the floor, pinned to the floor of the room by Mikado's sword. Then Mikado said, out of anger and malice, you should have thought about that before being a lesbian. You bring great shame to womanhood everywhere, said Mikado. And Brigitte looks on in silence and in horror and said, This is exactly what I was trying to avoid, guys. All this death and violence and brutal attacks. I was trying to avoid this kind of thing from happening, said Brigitte. Brigitte looks on in tears. And then walks away from the group, witnessing one death and one physical assault, and then witnessing another death. Benikage, Eve, Mikado, and Kelly revel in putting lesbians in their place. 2 lesbians killed. 1 lesbian was badly bruised up and banged up and hurt. Then after that, Eve said to Mikado, Benikage, and Kelly, we have showed them gay bitches that they are no one to try to start shit with us. Benikage said, affirmative, Eve. Mikado said to Eve, likewise, we showed them who's boss. And Kelly said to the 3, ditto. When men get rejected by women because women are lesbian, made it real hard for me to get a boyfriend because men don't trust women anymore. That is why I was worried about not getting a boyfriend, because a lot of men get rejected and would have rejected me and my offer to be their girlfriend, said Kelly Bowman. So Kelly Bowman said, lesbians bring a bad name and brings bad reputation and bad press to womanhood everywhere, said Kelly Bowman. And Eve said to the group, a lot of people thought that me and Taki, or me and Lily Artemis the second, were a lesbian couple. One, Lily Artemis the second is my close friend and ally. And Taki is more like a big sister. I have no romantic feelings towards them two. Said Eve. And Mikado said, all that I know is that I'm not a lesbian because my clan would have disowned me and would have killed me if I ever became as such, to bring the very, very bad name to my family dynasty, said Mikado. And Benikage said, affirmative, Mikado. I, however, am more interested in men and have no desire for another woman, ever, said Benikage. So this is how it is, said Benikage. Brigette gets mad about the escalating violence that she just witnessed, and said, why couldn't you guys just be cool, be chill, calm the fuck down? I wanted peace, but y'all wanted to start a civil war over sexuality, said Brigitte. 2. Benikage, Mikado, and Eve and Kelly. And then she kind of looked at how Poison Ivy's been acting and realizes that Poison Ivy was pushing for it. And then said, "You guys, I'm sorry. I should have realized that Poison Ivy was starting trouble. And Eve, you were right to slice off her head," said Benikage, and Eve said to Benikage, or to both Benikage and Brigitte, "Thank you for realizing I was trying to remove said problems." Then, after all that was said and done, then Eve said, "There's one last lesbian of this group to eliminate." And Eve said to Brigitte, "You." And Brigitte looked at Eve with wide eyes and fear on her face and said, "Oh shit, oh no. You mean me, right?" And so Eve plunges her sword underneath the rib cage, underneath the sternum rib cage, right where the diaphragm is, and pushes the sword in. As the sword goes in, as Brigitte grunts, as Brigitte spits up blood, as blood goes splattering all over the place from the wound and from her mouth. Then Eve yanks out her sword as Brigitte falls. A thud happens, and Brigitte's body, her lifeless body, ends up on the floor, bleeding out into a big, huge puddle of blood. The end. Hope you enjoyed the story.